Okay, here we are, just going to prep the Arcticopter 4 ready for testing. Let's see, the back is here. Let's slide the batteries in. Get that lined up. It snugs up pretty nicely just with these Velcro bands. That balances out pretty well. That's pretty snug in there. We'll plug in the power. Let's make sure the transmitter's on. Transmitter on. Mode Paris. Okay, that's good. And now we'll plug in the backup lights. Probably should put a proper connector on here, but this has worked pretty well. So in the air, you can see the backup lights. It'll be backlit, so that's kind of hard to see in the direct sun, but you'll see the stick in the air as well. Okay, going to set the gyros. You can see the green light blinks. Set the stabilization mode. That's good. And we're off. And we're in acro mode. And get it trimmed out a bit. Okay, there's a bit of a yaw to the right. Trim that in with the stick trim on the radio, and that's looking not too bad. Still a bit of a yaw, but I'll just kind of manually correct that. And gonna pop it, I'll get it lined up, get it in a bit closer, a little bit higher up, and pop it into stabilize mode. Ah, beauty, look at that. Other than the fact that it's yawing a bit, that thing is rock solid. So it's good. I went to the trouble last night of recalibrating all the sticks, and it's really paid off. Okay, it's still in stabilized mode. Just kind of move it around a bit. And after recalibrating the sticks, I think you can see where the extra money goes when you buy like a really nice transmitter, because the old 9X just didn't hold a super stable center position. I mean, you'd center the stick, you'd use the trim, and it would after a few minutes be off by a few numbers. I don't know what you call those. The stick positions are always measured by milliseconds. You know, 1.5 1.5 milliseconds is the midpoint, and you'd set that, and then you'd wait a few minutes, and it'd be like 1.4, 88, 1.492, something like that. But it seems to be doing pretty good. I'd like to try that. Try it with the DX6i and see if that's any better or how much better. And if I knew somebody that had a really nice, like a Futaba or something, I'd love to test out the stick calibration with that. But overall, it's looking pretty good. This is still in stabilized mode. Here's hands off. You can see the yaw, and there's a bit of a motion there. But flying pretty sweetly. I put the blue tape on the balls, on the rear balls last night, so I can see it about here, but if it gets too much further out, can't quite see it. Gotta figure out what to do just to make that a little bit more visible for orientation purposes. Gotta figure out why those motors make the clicking noise. I don't know if that's the ESC. I haven't set the ESC speed to high. Maybe that's causing it. Maybe it's just these motors aren't the highest quality. I'm gonna post that onto RC groups. I'll cut a bit. In fact, I'm gonna bring it in now. I'm gonna get that clicking noise and just kind of make a little clip for RC group purposes. Now notice when I land, I'm gonna cut the power right as it comes in and touches, and that will get rid of the bounce. Bring it in and cut, and that eliminate, well, you can kind of hear it a little bit, but that'll eliminate that kind of boom, boom, boom when it's hitting. Okay, so here's a little clip I'm going to cut out for RC groups. Okay, when I increase the power, you can kind of hear the clicking noise.